What do you see as kind of your role being in terms of leadership down the stretch here as kind of the elder statesman?
Yeah, I think it's going to be what it's been the whole season, just kind of leading by example and taking them to this point of the season that a lot of the freshmen and then the ones that came in haven't been to yet before. So teaching them how to finish the season the right way, especially when we have so much at stake each game. So just staying focused on taking it one game at a time and doing our best each day.
What do you feel like you can teach them about what's coming up?
Yeah, I think the biggest message that we've kind of said is just like you can't let the moment get too big and try to take in too much at one time. You got to really, like I said, take it one game at a time, one practice at a time, and just try to embrace that and try to be 1-0 every day, whether that's in practice or in a game.
You've had some really good games recently. How do you feel like you played during this last month or so?
Yeah, I think we kind of caught our stride again. We went through a little rough stretch, and that's just how the Big 12 season goes. But I think we've kind of gotten back in a rhythm, and we've gotten back to doing things we know we can do, and we're preparing a lot better than we did during that stretch. And I think that's something that has been a big focus for us and that we need to continue to do going forward.
What about you individually? Do you feel like you've kind of gotten into a rhythm now?
I haven't even thought about like individual performance at all. It's more so if the team's winning, I'm happy, and outside of that, I just kind of try to do the best I can each possession and do whatever the team needs.
We're kind of reaching the end stretch. Have you decided yet about next year? Do you know if you're coming back?
I haven't thought much about that. I'm more focused on what we have at hand right now.
Figured had that.
Addy, Coach Fenley said when he watched you in high school, you were the best passer he's seen at that level. He also said he'd like to see you shoot more. Has he talked to you about that a lot, and your teammates as well?
Yeah, I mean, I hear him ordering practice on the sidelines when he's yelling, shoot the ball. But, no, it's been a conversation I've had, recently with him, just as we get, further down the stretch into some bigger games and maybe having to look to, hunt my shot a little more like I did earlier in the season. But, it's hard when you have great teammates around you. You see someone who's open, you're like, oh, well, I wanted to give them the ball instead. But, yeah, something I got to consider.
And I know Coach Fenley talks a lot about a freshman wall because the season's longer than it had been in high school, but I feel like you and the other freshmen have kind of hit a second wind after maybe a little bit of this does feel unnatural, but now it's like, boom, they get to the end.
No doubt. I think we're really focused on the last 3 games we have. We had like a 4-game calendar in our locker room, and that's kind of been our mindset, like this month, the games we have and what we have to do to finish, and I feel like our seniors and older girls have done a really good job of pushing us through that wall.
For either of you guys, what did you think of, I guess for both of you guys, but what do you think of Jalen's performance against Houston, and how much can that help a young player, especially you, Emily, seeing her do that? How much can that help her going forward?
Yeah, she had a huge game, brought a great spark for us off the bench. She gave us a lot of key plays and critical moments and just kind of gave us momentum, which is all you can ask for. And seeing her do that is really huge, and we all know she's capable of it. And so knowing that she can continue to do that for us throughout the stretch of this season is huge.
Addy, I don't know if you've really given yourself a self-evaluation, even though it's 3 games left in the season, but what have you thought, your first year here at Iowa State's been so far?
I mean, again, I've tried to just focus on the games we have left, but, looking back, just think I've done a pretty good job, and there's always things I can work on, and I'm continuing to do that as we finish out our season, but it's been great, and try to just take it one game at a time.
And obviously, trying to work with Audie Crooks, obviously with her doing her thing, what's it been like for you trying to play the way that you've been playing with her, also trying to be one of the best too?
It makes it easy. At times when I don't really know where to go with the ball, that's immediately where I look, and I feel like we have a good connection inside out, and, if she's working hard in there, I'm going to give her the ball. And so, we know that. We know we have a good connection, and it's been really good just to have that inside-out game kind of going on.
And then for you, Emily, about Addy, what have you thought, obviously you missed a little bit of the season with that injury, but what have you seen from her, be able to command this offense, even with her size, being able to run, the point?
Yeah, she has a feel for the game that a lot of freshmen don't have, and just for her to have that coming in naturally is huge, and she puts so much work in, and so to see her being so successful this season has been really fun. And just the amount of growth she's made from when she first got here in the summer to this point, it's really fun, and someone that works that hard, you just want to see them succeed, and so it's been a good season for her for sure, and we're excited to see the rest of the season and what her career takes after that.
And then obviously for both of you, obviously as host BYU tomorrow, what's it going to be like for you guys to play such a team, even though you haven't played them since like the beginning of January? It's been so long.
Just another game. I mean, we're locked in again. Like I said, these last 3 are super important. We know that going into tournament time, but they've gotten a lot better throughout the season from the first time we played them. You look at their scores; they've had some really close games with some really good teams. But we're excited to have them back in Hilton and get after it.
Emily, what have you seen from AJ this season that's impressed you?
Yeah, she got thrown into a really tough spot having to play point as a freshman, and she handles it so well. And that's the big thing is, like, she's so even-keeled. Like, if things maybe aren't going great, she just keeps chugging along and is focused on making the next right play. And that's something that it shows a lot of maturity for someone so young. And she also works so hard. And so being able to help her as much as I can and just seeing the way she's developed has been really fun, and couldn't happen to a better person.
And then Addy, how big was that win against Houston to start to close out the season strong before the Big 12 tournament?
It was really big. I think we were firing on all cylinders as a team. Like, the ball was moving. We had great ball movement that game, and going into, again, the 4-game streak like we've been talking about this whole time, just to start with the win feels really good. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Emily.